So, hi everyone. Today we are going to see a particular type of question just to be solved that is in reading. Most of the people, most of the candidates have problems in solving this particular type of question, that is paragraph heading, list of headings. So usually you have this options here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these options as a list of headings there. And we have the paragraphs as A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So let's see paragraph A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so we need to correlate. We need to find out what is the correct heading for A, what is the correct heading for B, what's the correct heading for C, and uh, and we do have 7 questions here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You are not supposed to write. There are problems there. You are supposed to write the answers as one. Please don't write this as the answer. You please don't write this as the answer. You may not get marks there. Okay. So if you write this as the answer, you get the marks. If you write this as the answer, you won't be getting the mark. So please, you have to go with the instructions clearly. So here is the instruction. Write the correct number 1 to 10 in boxes 28 to 34 on your answer sheets. This is what we are going to see here. So instruction is very clear. Now, I before going into the paragraphs, I am going to read the headings and paraphrase the headings to our mind. So how to do that? So why the ferry crossing has always been difficult. So if you have all the options in your mind, so you'll be getting a better picture when you read the passage. So it is very difficult for me to read paragraph A, and I may have then see for example, I am reading paragraph number A and I am moving to the options here. So what I am doing, so I am going to paragraph A. I came to the question. Again, I am moving to paragraph A, coming to the question. Again, I move to the paragraph A, coming to the question. At least 3 to 4 times you have to scroll up and down if you are doing so. So instead of doing so, to save your valuable time, I request you to paraphrase these things in your own words. So paraphrasing these things in your own words. So how you understand the picture, that's the way. So you are understanding this particular picture. You can do that in your own way. Why the ferry crossing has always been difficult? It means you can say that ferry crossing was difficult. It was always difficult. It has been always difficult. So if it's so, what was the reason? So what is the reason why ferry crossing has been difficult? Okay, so there a reason or reasons. So what you have to expect in the paragraph, the reasons for this particular thing. So I paraphrase, understood. If I find the reasons why ferry crossing has always been difficult, then I can say that paragraph is relevant there. Now building the bridge, building the bridge. Okay, so it is something. I do have only three words here, and these three words, because so this particular phrase, this particular heading was easy for me because I could understand the meaning very easily. But building the bridge is something. It was something different. Yeah, building the bridge is, you can interpret building the bridge in any way. So I just keep that thing in mind, the construction of the bridge, um, the initiation of building bridge or something like that. Just keep it in mind. But I don't have, I can now make out a clear cut picture like this. But I can say here an advantage of the design for the bridge. So I can say the design for the bridge has an advantage. So one or two advantages will be there. So what are they? If you find one or two advantages in in designing the bridge in a paragraph, then I can say that paragraph is relevant here. Now, the growing popularity of the bridge. So, if the paragraph is mentioning about the growing popularity, increasing popularity. So, if the popularity is increasing, it was somewhere down, it is moving up, then I can say it is. Now, opposition to building a bridge, it's very clear. So there are some people, or there are some factors, there are some natural things, whatever it is. If there are oppositions, now you can definitely say what are the oppositions. You can say opposition number one, opposition number two. So you can definitely say that paragraph is relevant. Benefits and disadvantages the Humber has brought. So it's the advantages and disadvantages the Humber has brought. So I can say this as benefits as advantages, yeah, disadvantages. The Humber, yes, has brought. So what are the advantages? If the paragraph is dealing with both the advantages and disadvantages, then I think that paragraph is. Now, proposed alternatives to ferry services. So proposed alternative to ferry services. Okay, so I can say ferry services, some a system, a services of ferry. If you have alternatives proposed, it means it is not actually done. It is proposed, then it is dealing with this thing. How the bridge has contributed to the region's growth. So there is a bridge, and how this particular bridge has contributed to the region's growth. So in what way the bridge has brought development to the region? And the last question, rising demand for river transport. You can say that this is the so river transport. So what is the rising? Uh, what is the rising demand for river transport? If I can say, this is also this also can be answered. So, building the bridge, rising demand for the river transport. These two are headings which cannot be identified that much clearly, but all the other options I have, it has a clear cut meaning. The heading has a clear cut meaning. So this is what you normally do is that what a candidate will be doing is they go directly to paragraph A, that is, yes, paragraph A, and read. You can start because this question is asking, 28th question is asking section A, what is the heading? Section B, what's the heading? Section C. So each question is unique. So you don't need to go with the sequence here. If you want to find the answer for 31, you won't be finding the answer anywhere in A, B, C, E, F, G. You won't be finding 31. The answer will be in paragraph D. So this is the only paragraph you have to read. So you have to see that the lengthy paragraphs should be avoided first. So just have a look and see where is lengthy paragraphs. Yes, B is a very lengthy paragraph. C and D, E, F, G, yes, G is little bit more. F, E, D, C. So these paragraphs are short. So my primary aim is to save the time. So I just saw this thing. It's not at all necessary for me to complete paragraph A, then move to paragraph B, then move to paragraph C. There is no rule like that. If you get this answer correct, you'll be getting 1 mark. And if you get this answer correct, you'll be getting 1 mark. If you do this first, you'll be getting the same 1 mark. If you do this one, you'll be getting the same mark. So there is no difference here. So you have to save time. In order to save time, what you have to do is that you need to select less lengthy paragraph first. I found that paragraph A, B, and G as a bit lengthy paragraph. Of this B, paragraph B is the most, I think it is the lengthiest paragraph there. So in this particular situation, what I have to do is that I have to do easy things. Let's go ahead with a paragraph F. I think this is the shortest paragraph here. So this is the way you have to do. I'm not going to solve every answer for you. So let's read this thing fast because I have all the options in my mind. So it will be very easy for me to answer this particular thing. Malcolm Stockwell, the bridge master, recalls that when the bridge first opened, there wasn't a great deal of interest in. Okay, I marked there wasn't a great deal of interest in it. Then children started visiting, and he remembers their astonishment at seeing the control room, the lights. People who lived in towns of points about uh, started crossing the river. Okay, the bridge brought them together. So I got a particular answer here. So I got it that it wasn't a great deal of interest. When it was first opened, it wasn't a great deal of interest. Then children started visiting, and people who lived in towns opposite to banks and miles apart started crossing the river. So I've got the answer because I have something in my mind. Let me see whether that's the answer here. So it is. Why the ferry crossing has been difficult? No. Building the bridge? No. Advantage of design? No. The growing popularity of the bridge? It can be. Opposition to building a bridge? No. Benefits and disadvantages? No. Proposed alternative? No. How the bridge has contributed to this region's growth? Can be. Rising demand for river transport? No. Okay. So I've got two options here. Option number 1 is the growing popularity of the bridge. Option number 2 how the bridge has contributed to the region's growth. So I do have some things, region's growth. I do have something growing popularity. Let's look at the thing again here and let's confirm. Before you conclude, I have to find out, is there any other option? I know this is 80 percentage correct. This may be 20 percentage correct, but I need to eliminate this particular thing. Okay, so in order to do that, I need to cross check. Let's go ahead with that. Yes, the bridge brought them together. The bridge brought them together. It doesn't mean that it has brought a great deal of development, but it connected them. That's what it means. But we can say that when it was first opened, it was not a great deal of interest. But later, children visited, people visited, so it became popular. So it was growing, so it was a progressing thing. So yeah, yeah. So this is what this is what we have seen here. So the growing popularity of this particular bridge. So one more question, let me see. So I am selecting, so I have selected F here. So I can go with E here. Okay, let's read E. Work on the construction proceeded for 8 years, during which time many thousands of tons of steel and concrete were used, and upwards 1,000 workers and staff were employed at times of peak activity. The designers have had been responsible for two other major suspension bridges in Britain, but with a total span of 2,220 meter, or almost a mile and a half, the Humber was going to be the longest suspension bridge in the world. Nowadays, designers have computers, but back then everything was done with slide rules and calculators. The towers were concrete rather than usual steel, since concrete was cheaper and would blend in better with setting. The bridge was designed to stand 120 years. Okay, so it's all about the construction of the bridge. So let's see. Option number one, it is not the thing. Yes, it can be the thing. No, it cannot be the thing. There is no design set there. There is no advantage there. This has already been answered there, so I have to exclude this. Opposition, no, 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 no. So I have only one option here, that is building the bridge here. So this is the answer here. So it has become easy for me. So I have not looked the second time here because I don't have any other alternatives here, because this is already been an answer. So I it can be. So if you have if the list of headings may appear twice, there will be there in the instruction will be given like that. So for some paragraph, the same headings may come. In such cases, there will be instruction. So here it is that choose the correct heading for each section. So if the heading appears more than once, then the instruction it will be given here clearly. So a heading can appear more than once. It will be clearly said there. It's not said, so that once if it is answered, it's out. Okay. Now go with one more. Yeah. The bridge was the outcome of over 100 years of campaigning by local interests for construction of a bridge tunnel across Ferry. The first major crossing was proposal of Tinsasa that this time promoted by Hull Merchant dissatisfied with over 100 variety of proposals were put forward for a port of in 1928. The plan was drawn up by Hull. How the scheme was dropped. Okay, so it's all about proposals. Okay, so you can see the word proposals here. Okay, proposals, 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 variety of proposals here. Okay, so when I have read it, when I read this passage, it's very easy. This paragraph is dealing, something is striking me in the answer sheet. So let's see there. Proposals, proposed alternatives to ferry services. Okay, rising demand for river transport. So let's see the thing, proposed alternative to ferry services, rising demand for river transport. Okay, so these are the only two options. Is it the rising demand for river transport? No. I do have the ferry services there, so I am looking for the alternatives for that. So here, this is the thing. There was ferry services, okay? So alternatives, these things was a tunnel, other things, other things. So I have got the answer as proposed alternative ferry services. Okay.